Welcome everyone. I'm so excited for you to be joining me here. We're just gonna start with some breathing and an easy seat pose. Let's go hop on our mats and get started. Welcome friends. Let's come to sit on our mats. Bring one ankle in front of the other. Start to relax into the space. You may choose to bring a blanket or a bolster underneath your hips. Maybe have a pillow accessible. Bringing the hips up so you can have your spine in alignment allows for the easy flow of energy to your tailbone. Just take a moment to assess where you are at today with your spine. Think about creating an upward current of energy through the front body and a downward current of energy through the back. Engaging through your core. Breathing into every cell of your body. Allow the palms to rest on your knees. Take full breaths into your belly, allowing the air to fill up from the belly to the chest to your throat. And then as you exhale, allowing everything to release. Relax your shoulders down. You may feel your spine starting to activate a little more, working hard to hold you upright. Pay attention if you're starting to collapse here. Bring awareness. Stick with your breath. And find an ujjayi, ocean breath, a wave-like sounding breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose with a slight contraction in the back of your throat. We're taking these moments now to anchor into the breath so that as we move on our mats today, our breath is at the center of our practice, that it is the foundation. Let's come onto all fours and let's find our foundation here. Bring the knees as wide as the hips, ankles in line with the knees. Planting the palms just below the shoulders. Really spread your fingertips wide and grip through the fingertips, almost lifting the palms off the ground because you're gripping so strongly. Imagine that you're opening 2 jars outward with your palms out to the sides of your mat, that they're slightly rotating. We're not locking through the elbows here. We're keeping engagement through the forearms, our upper arms and shoulders. That engagement through our hands, through our palms, our fingertips is extending all the way up to our shoulders as we move through some cat-cows. So drop the belly down toward the mat as we arc our tailbone and top of head up to the sky. Breathe here for a moment. Maybe you want to sway your hips side to side. Maybe do some circles forward and backward with the hips, one way and then the other. And then we'll arc the spine up to the sky for cat, tucking the tailbone, relaxing the head down to your mat, swaying side to side. Just continue to move organically, freely between your cat and your cow, and get funky with it, get creative. You can move between a child's pose, maybe you want to come all the way up, almost into an upward facing dog. Just keep making circles, swaying, moving and grooving with your breath. Find some freedom within these poses. Find what feels good to you today. And then we'll come back to center, come back to stillness. Press up and out of the shoulders. We'll tuck our toes. We're going to move into a hovering tabletop. So really engage through the core, tucking the pelvis, knitting the rib cage together. Allow the neck and the head to stay in line with the spine as we lift our knees just a few inches off the ground. You may feel some prana, some energy, some shake as you hold yourself in this pose. Just know that's the medicine you needed today. Release the knees down for a moment, or press up and back into downward facing dog. Bring the head in line with the arms. We'll pedal out the feet, bending one knee and then the other. Keeping our foundation through our palms. Allow for a generous bend in both knees as we come to stillness. Or maybe you want to stretch the heels down to your mat. Continue to use your breath. Inhaling the right leg up into three-legged dog. And we'll spend a few moments here opening up through the hip, allowing a deep stretch and opening, relaxing the heel towards your booty. Maybe allow it to rotate one way and then the other. You're also welcome to extend the right leg out a few times. And then once more, we'll come back to center, squaring our hips, bringing the right toe, big toe, down toward the mat. Continue to hold in three-legged dog. And then we'll exhale, right knee into the chest. Firmly plant the right foot in between the palms, dropping the back knee. You can leave the toes tucked or untucked, however you feel most stable. Find your grounding, and then we'll rise up. And then we'll rise up into crescent lunge. Let's find our foundation here. Instead of letting the hips fully sink forward with no engagement at all, let's find that engagement through the hips, through our foundation. So bring the hips back up and imagine that you're pulling back with the right hip as you're pressing forward with the left. Think about pulling the front foot back as you are pushing forward with the back knee. Tucking the tailbone, engaging through your core, and squaring the hips to the front of the mat. This is a great stretch for all the different aspects of your legs, but you should definitely feel it in the front of your left hip, all the way through your quad. Continue to breathe here, full deep breaths. And if at any time being on your knee is too much, you're welcome to pad it by folding the mat over a few times and placing that underneath your knee, or maybe using a blanket. Give a little cush to your knee. Then we'll exhale, coming back down onto our palms. And we'll pull the hips back for a runner's stretch. Relax the hips back toward the left heel. Being sure that your left hip is in line with that left heel, that is not sagging off to the side. And keep a generous bend in that front knee, or a slight bend, and just figure out what feels right in your body today. Flexing the right toes back toward the shin. Continue to breathe. Maybe you want to tent your fingertips. You can always bring blocks underneath your palms to bring the mat a little closer to you if this stretch is too intense, or maybe you aren't quite ready to reach the mat. We'll inhale and exhale back forward, planting the right foot fully once more before bringing both knees back in alignment, coming back to all fours. Tuck the toes under, and once again we'll lift the knees and press back into downward facing dog. Find your center, spread the fingertips wide, really grip and anchor through those fingers, pressing up and out of the arms, up and out of the shoulders, pulling the belly in as we lift the left leg, extending it into three-legged dog. And just like we did on the other side, let's take a moment to open up through this hip, maybe rotating one way and then the other, maybe bending and extending the leg before coming back to three-legged dog. Bring the left knee this time into the chest. Before stepping the left foot up in between the palms, drop the back knee, untuck the toes. And we'll move through the same grounding sequence on the left side. So let's press up and come into this crescent lunge. Once more, let's think about engaging through the hips. Instead of dropping into this pose, let's be mindful. Pull the left hip back as you press the right hip forward. Really tuck the pelvis, tuck the tailbone down to the earth, sending energy down through the back body as you engage, knit the rib cage together. Really think about Uddiyana Bandha, pulling energy up through the front body. Uddiyana means to rise up or to fly. So think about the energy rising up from your root chakra into your abdomen, really rising up and being locked, being held, being harnessed there with the engagement of your core. Inhale and exhale. As you come down, we'll sink the hips back for runner's stretch on this side. Keep a bend in the front leg, flexing the toes back toward you. The right hip should be in line with the right ankle. And you can either have the right toes tucked or untucked, depending on how you feel most stable. And once again, you are welcome to put something underneath your knee to provide a little protection or padding. Or maybe bring blocks underneath your palms. And continue to be here for the next few moments in a runner's stretch. With each inhale, bring energy in. And with each exhale, release that which has held you back and sink a little deeper into this stretch. Inhale once more. And exhale forward. We'll bring both knees in line with each other once more, stepping the left foot back. And now we're going to swing the legs to one side or the other and come to sit on our mat. Rearrange. Come to lay down on your back, really relaxing the lower back into the mat as we pull our knees up into our chest. Just take a moment here to sway side to side, releasing your hips down into the mat. Just chilling out here for a moment. We're almost done with this practice. And hopefully you found a way to connect with your breath. Let's not give up now. Continue to breathe. We'll relax the feet into the mat. And now let's come into a reclined figure 4. So send the right leg up straight to the sky. We'll cross the right ankle just above the left knee. We'll press up off the mat, off the left foot, bringing the knees closer to the chest, but really just keeping the left knee at a 90-degree angle. Flex both feet. You may choose to use your right elbow as an anchor to press the right knee away. This will deepen your stretch, clasping behind the right thigh, and continue to incorporate your breath, taking the fullest and deepest inhale and exhale fully. One final time, let's inhale, filling the belly, then chest, and throat. Continuing to press against that right knee as we pull the left leg closer. And we'll exhale out as we release the left foot back to the ground and uncross the right ankle. Moving on to the other side now. Place both feet back on your mat. Inhale the left leg up straight this time. And cross your left ankle just above the right knee. Engage through the core, tuck the tailbone. Plant both palms next to you on the mat if you'd like, for a little more stability and power as you press up off of the right foot, creating a 90-degree angle with the right leg, flexing both feet. Pull the right knee in closer to your chest, and maybe for a deeper stretch, use your left elbow to press the left leg away. And once more, let's reunite with our breath. Inhaling fully, belly, then chest, and throat, before exhaling as we begin to release this beautiful deep stretch, Bring both feet back to the floor, uncrossing the left ankle. Continue to take deep inhales and exhales. We'll bring the left leg out straight and the right leg up to a 90-degree angle, preparing to come into a twist. Flex both feet back toward you, back toward your shins, keeping both shoulder blades on the mat. We're going to take the right knee across our body to the left side. And it's okay if your right knee doesn't come all the way to the mat. It may never come all the way down to the mat. And it's really not about that. We're just finding a little bit of openness in our hip, creating a deep stretch through our spine, through the spinal rotation. Turn your head and look past your right fingertips with your arm extended out. You can use your right hand, or rather left hand, to grab at your left knee, pulling it a little closer to the mat, deepening the stretch if you need it. Take 2 more deep breaths, fully in and fully out. Continuing to move like the ocean. One more time, inhale fully. And exhale. And now we will inhale and release the twist, extending the right leg out, and now moving to our left side. So bring the left leg to a 90-degree angle at the knee. Flex both feet back towards the shins. And we'll pull the left knee across the body. Maybe you extend your left arm out and you can look past your left fingertips. If you'd like a deeper stretch, you can use the right palm on the left knee to pull it a little bit further down toward the ground. And let's breathe here for a few moments, a few cycles of our breath. Inhaling fully. Enjoying this nice deep stretch along the spine, nourishing all of those connection points in the vertebrae. And exhaling. Once more, let's inhale fully. And exhale. And now, as we inhale, let's come back to center, coming out of this twist. Plant both soles of the feet on the ground. Spend a moment here, just breathing. Maybe do some pelvic tilts if you feel like you need to neutralize through your spine. Just tilting forward and backward with the pelvis. Place your palm on your belly, coming to a neutral spine. Send a little love there. Send a little gratitude. Thanking your spine for holding you up each day, for creating the movement and the ability to move throughout your day. These moments of awareness with our breath and being present with our body allow us to get deeper, to peel back the layers, to unblock the energy that may have been stuck in those areas. It is the breath with the movement that creates the space to release. Let's bring the soles of the feet out wide to the edges of the mat, dropping the knees in towards center, just for a moment. And we'll bring the soles of the feet together now and relax the knees out to the sides of the mat for reclined cobbler's pose. You could take a second here to massage the hip creases if you'd like, or maybe just rest the palms on the belly. Now, if this pose feels incredible to you, if it feels like the rest that you need today, then you're welcome to stay here till the end of the practice. But if you'd like to come into Shavasana or corpse pose, extend one leg out and then the other. Relax the shoulder blades down and together. Create a slight tuck with the chin to lengthen out through the back of the neck. And relax everything into your mat, allowing the arms to drape at your sides. And spend as long as you like here in Shavasana. I'd encourage you to spend at least a moment, at least a minute, drinking in the nourishment of this practice. If you need to get up and move on with your day, you are welcome to do so. You are so incredibly loved and strong. Thank you so much for joining me here on your mat. Namaste.